Today on DC News Now, rain and clouds kick off the spooky season. Meteorologist Damon Matson will let you know when the sun returns. Go. Also, Hurricane Helene causing widespread damage across the southeastern part of the country.
Bridges and roads flooded out, businesses flooded, wholesale destruction.
We continue to track the aftermath. Dock workers across the nation, including the DMV, are now on strike. We break down the impact on the local economy.
Dozens of circulator operators are losing their jobs starting today. We have more on the impacts of the circulator shutdown.
And the vice presidential candidates go head-to-head today for their first and only debate.
You're watching the station covering all of the DMV. This is DC News Now.
And thank you for joining us for the news at noon. I'm Mark Hall. Meteorologist Damon Matson joins us for the latest check on the forecast. And Damon, I have my umbrella. We're just going to move forward today.
Well, Mark, I'll tell you this much. It was a very difficult commute in for work for myself, trying to fight through the rainfall. And I know a lot of you out there dealt with the exact same thing, especially if you are immediately in and around the district. This rain just will not let up. Check it out here on the radar loop over the last 3 hours at the very least. Look at that constant shade of green sitting right over the city and pretty much inside the Beltway. These conditions have not been ideal if you had to be out on the roadways, which many of us have, getting our Tuesday started. And this rainfall is still ongoing, so do not expect much to change. Now, across the rest of the DMV, soggy conditions are prevailing for the most part as well, as we have additional scattered showers down toward the Fredericksburg area. Light rain has been coming down here and there across much of north central western Maryland. The only locations that are starting to dry out a little bit, go figure, along the Shenandoah Valley, which are some of the locations that have been the soggiest over the last few days. And that rainfall, of course, has also led to these active flood warnings right along the Shenandoah River, stretching from Front Royal all the way back up to Harper's Ferry. These flood warnings will continue over the next couple of days until the water levels start to drop along the river there. But the rest of the area, thankfully, no additional flood watches, no additional flood warnings, as things will begin to improve soon as we go through the rest of the afternoon and evening. Though we are not going to catch a break as these scattered showers continue. So does that mean tomorrow will be the day that we finally are done with all of this rainfall? We'll talk about that and more in your full forecast coming up here in just a bit.
Social Security, we got to look out for our health care. It's a lot to those automation things.
Thousands of dock workers across the country, including workers in Baltimore and Norfolk, are now on strike. Last night, the contract between the ports and the International Longshoremen's Association expired, kicking off the strike. The association says that they're fighting for higher wages and to stop their jobs from being automated. And that strike could certainly put a huge dent in the economy at large. DC News Now's Ben Dennis shows us the impact that it would have on all of us.
Off the job. An American dock workers' strike could cause waves of price hikes and delays for goods at home and businesses. For months, a contract deadline loomed for an agreement between the International Longshoremen's Association and the U.S. Maritime Alliance. The National Retail Federation says ships will drop anchor, imports and exports will stop, saying the downstream impacts on businesses, workers, consumers, and the economy at large are too large.
How bad could this really get for everyday consumers?
I think that we're going to be okay in the immediate term if this lasts a while, in terms of weeks and months, and certainly these companies will run out of stock and consumers may experience shortages.
That's Dr. Martin Dresner with the University of Maryland School of Business. So what cost could eventually creep up when a strike prolongs?
Bananas, for example, specialty cheeses, some sort of canned goods may come over from Europe or Asia. If you're waiting for a Mercedes or a BMW or one of these other products that may be automobiles that may be imported through the East Coast, you may experience some delays.
The Port of Baltimore alone processed over 800,000 vehicles last year, according to the state of Maryland. What about luxury? Anticipate longer delays since they're among specialty orders. The outlook of a strike generally?
We're likely to experience shortages rather than huge price increases.
Companies don't want to be threatened with any price gouging accusations.
Exactly.
Walmart tells us they prepare for unforeseen disruptions in our supply chain and maintain additional sources of supply to ensure we have key products available for our customers when and how they want them.
That was Ben Dennis reporting. In other news, a 12-year-old boy is recovering after police say that he was shot outside of McDonald's in Northwest D.C. It happened on Georgia Avenue around 4 p.m. yesterday, and police say that the boy was shot in the leg. He was taken to the hospital, and he's expected to be okay. Meantime, police are looking for this man. They believe that he was involved in the shooting, and if you see him or you know where he is, you're asked to contact D.C. police. And changes are coming to D.C.'s pandemic-era emergency rental assistance program. Leaders are planning to change how the program operates, and they say that this is to prevent people from taking advantage of it. D.C. News Now's Jean-Marie Sissay has more.
Mayor Muriel Bowser says the emergency rental assistance program is no longer reliably helping people who are truly in need, but instead protecting those who are failing to pay their rent.
We don't want anybody to be evicted. We want people to pay their rent.
Before the pandemic, tenants who missed their rent would get a notice, have an eviction hearing, and either be placed on a payment plan or lose their housing. But since the pandemic, if a tenant misses rent, they receive a notice, then the tenant applies for the rental assistance program, which protects them from being evicted and doesn't require proof of income. If they're accepted into the program, a payment is made towards their rent. But if not, they apply for the program again, creating a cycle that could take up to 2 years to resolve. In a press conference on Monday, Bowser and leaders say some tenants are behind $10,000 to $40,000 in rent, costing a city and smaller landlords hundreds of thousands of dollars, which drastically affects the housing market.
What we need to do is twofold: stabilize our existing affordable units and fix the system. This will allow us to protect the affordability of residents' homes and prevent foreclosure.
Now, this emergency legislation is temporary and would require that qualifying for the program be based on income, and judges will have more discretion during eviction proceedings, whether a case can be stayed or extended.
I think what we believe is that it will lead to an increase of people paying their rent. Okay, I don't want anybody to leave this room thinking that we're talking about wanting more evictions, because that's the last thing that anybody wants. What we want is for people to pay their rent.
Now, this emergency legislation is being brought in front of the council for a vote today. Reporting in the studio, I'm Jean-Marie Sissay, DC News Now.
Jean-Marie, thank you. There are also other new laws starting today in Maryland. Those laws are the CAPES Act, and that will ensure first responders who have cancer will be compensated under the workers' compensation law. The wage range transparency law, that requires employers to share wage information to applicants. And Maryland leaders are also establishing a Center for Firearm Violence Prevention in the state's Department of Health. Leaders hope that it will help reduce gun violence and misuse of guns. Well, students and school leaders at the University of Maryland are battling in court. A federal judge expected to give a decision on the case today. School says that it will not allow demonstrations on campus on October 7th, which is next Monday. And that marks 1 year since the deadly Hamas-led attack on Israel. And school leaders say that safety concerns are the reason for banning events. Well, the university Students for Justice in Palestine filed a lawsuit over that decision. The group believes that they should be able to hold an interfaith vigil. University officials say that they've been receiving concerning emails about the day.
Horrific, locked and loaded, I'm coming for you, very specific, violent language. This is not an issue against our students. This is an issue of protecting our students.
It's the school's responsibility to protect us from these people, not by erasing us from the campus, but by dealing with those situations seriously.
Well, a federal judge now weighing the arguments from both sides. A decision, again, expected at any time today. Well, today also marks the official beginning of the end of the circulator bus system, and some circulator operators are already dealing with the impact of layoffs. DC News Now's Liberty Simmons is at the Roslyn stop with how operators and riders are taking the shutdown.
Roughly 90 circulator operators are losing their jobs starting today. The service here in Roslyn is no more, and many operators say they don't know where they can go next. Starting today, the Roslyn DuPont Circle route is terminated. Late night service on the Woodley Park, Adams Morgan, and Georgetown Union Station routes will also be terminated, while remaining routes will operate on 20-minute headways. The ATU Local 689 union that represents the circulator operators continues to demand a better transition plan for the operators losing their jobs.
It's unfortunate that they're put in a position where they're given an opportunity to apply for an open position at WMATA, but they're going to be starting over from scratch. And most circulator workers, you know, the average are going to be taking somewhere between a $9 or $11 less per hour pay cut.
The District Department of Transportation announced the circulator shutdown in July, citing low ridership and high operating costs. ATU Local 689 says it's disappointing not all of the circulator employees will be absorbed by WMATA. ADDOT spokesperson says it is committed to supporting the employees but is not party to the collective bargaining agreement with the union and does not dictate WMATA hiring practices.
Had there been, the desire on the mayor's part to prioritize circulator riders and workers, this could have been avoided.
We did reach out to WMATA and we're still waiting to hear back. Meanwhile, the circulator service is expected to completely terminate by the end of this year. For now, in Arlington, Liberty Simmons, DC News Now.